site to my left of seeing the coal plant just spewing these horrendous clouds of coal ash, and it's scary, and it's scarier now that I know that it's in Joliet, and it's like, it's here, it's with us.
The Romeoville coal burning plant is an old plant. Back when it was built, I don't think anyone really knew what was coming out of those stacks. But things change. And for quite a while now, the people running that plant have known exactly what is being spewed into the air and inhaled into area lungs.
Within time, I had noticed the white chairs on our deck were covered with a black substance, soot. Then I noticed some of the neighbors' rooftops and driveways were covered as well. The same black substance. My neighbors and I began to realize that not only was this covering our homes, but we were breathing it as well.
So nationally, each year, 500 coal plants are responsible for over 13,200 deaths, nearly 10,000 hospitalizations, over 20,000 heart attacks, well over 200,000 asthma attacks, 1.6 million birthdays.
We are still at this moment infamous, unfortunately, in this country for being the only city that has plants like this within city limits right next to highly populated areas.
What I understand, power the Romeoville plant generates isn't even consumed locally. We don't get the power. We just get the pollution.
I noticed that everyone on our block was getting water delivered to their home. I asked my neighbor, why would you have drinking water delivered? She informed me quite adamantly that no one in Lockport drinks the water. Years later, due to my involvement with P.E.R.R.O, we discovered that the back of our water bills had a warning that too much water consumption could lead to bone cancer due to high levels of radium.
In 2012, the question is, what are these nasty contaminated coal plants doing in a highly populated area?
That's what I study remediation. And this site needs a lot of it. And I just gotta think that the community has paid for it already, and they're dead, okay? They paid for it in their blood. They deserve to have Midwest generation pay for full remediation of this site. They need to pay for full reparations for the community people that are there that have been suffering against their will. And people ask me all the time in my activism, well, why don't you move? My conscience wouldn't allow me. And then people don't realize, yeah, I can move from Pilsen, but these contaminants are all over the world. I'd have to move to another planet. And I really don't want to do that, and not that I'm able to.
You know, I hear a lot of people talking about how coal plants make them sick, or how coal ash ponds are making them sick. But you know, a coal plant is a brick and mortar structure. It has no agency. It's a piece of development that's made and maintained by human beings who are making decisions every single day about the lives of their friends and families. And it is absolutely our role as concerned citizens to ensure that they don't have the power to make those kinds of decisions. And
what we've heard today is the coal-fired power in the Chicago area is polluting our land, it's polluting our air, it's polluting our water, it's not complying with the law. These plants need to be shut down.
To really classify coal ash as toxic, as a hazardous material would be something that I would recommend in terms of us putting forward to the EPA.
And you see, things are not going to change unless people really know what's going on and people decide that they are going to govern. Because we keep thinking that government is those people that we elect. Those are public servants. That is the name, public servants. And you don't bring somebody to do work in your home and leave them alone to do it. You got to become government. That means we are the state. We pay them. And therefore we have to make sure that we get whatever we are paying for.
The list of environmental, social, economic, and health issues surrounding these plants is endless. The lack of oversight by those agencies which we were told would protect us have failed. Those who live near these plants, such as those in the Smiley subdivision near Joliet's coal-fired plants, or the residents of the Lockport area next to Will County, have been ignored and forgotten. The large corporations with their paid lobbyists and their monetary perks for politicians seem to be the only real winners here. It is time for all of that to change.